In this episode of The Big Vision Show, we're talking about how to manage your own doubt and fear of failure. Hi there, my name's Max Simon, and this show is all about how you can translate your desires to play a bigger game into a business that helps you do it. In today's episode, Beth asks, I'm a plan ahead, think it through kind of gal, also known as a bit of a control freak. I can't relate to that at all. And as I go through my business, I find myself running into lots of fears and uncertainty and self-doubt. You know, what if it doesn't work? And what if I can't provide for my family? And what if I'm not fill in the blank enough to pull it off? I keep hoping that as I continue to go, the fears will end. My question is, can one hope to completely eliminate all fear, or is that an unrealistic expectation? Well, isn't that a good question? And I have an amazing process to take you through, Beth, that I think will be extremely valuable. So get out a piece of paper and a pen and let's do this. The first thing I want you to do is to write down what actually would happen if your biggest nightmare in business came true. Let's say you went bankrupt. Let's say that you lost all your money. Let's say that your partners, stole something crazy. Write down everything that could possibly happen that's the worst fear you've ever had about in your business, and let it come out of you. And then take a moment to actually just sit with it. Would it be okay? Would you be okay if your absolute worst fears came true? So instead of just letting them be background chatter, actually visualize them coming true. Didn't expect me to go there, did ya? But the reason you want to do that is because when you can see the absolute worst case scenario actually happening, almost always the next thought is, I'd still be okay. I'd still pull myself back out. I'd still get myself going again. And with that, now you can build from a place of knowingness that your fears are nothing to be afraid of in the first place. The second step is to list out the more probable outcome if you really go for it. So if you thought, I'm gonna lose my house and I'm gonna lose my family and I'm gonna die as the worst case scenario, list out what's the more probable outcome of you really going for it, of you really taking this big next step, of you really doing what you want to do. Well, it probably wouldn't happen to all these things. I would probably have this and this and this happen. And all of a sudden your mind starts to see the reality instead of the fears. It reminds me of a great quote by Mark Twain, who said, I'm a wise old man who has had many fears, most of which never came to pass. The third piece of the equation is to list out what's most important to you. Like really, what are the most important values and ambitions and intentions that you have? You know, for me, it's making an impact. It's really making a dent in the universe. It's creating this remarkable life. That is what's most important to me. And when I realize that, I can focus on what's most important rather than get sidetracked by the little voices of self-doubt that are chattering in the background. And the fourth and final step is to fail fast. This came from a great mentor of mine who said, look, Max, the most successful people in the world, they fall down over and over and over and over again on the path to getting it really truly right. So instead of avoiding failure, fail fast and go and get things wrong as quickly as you can so that you can learn from those mistakes and really keep going forward. So that's my 4-step process to help you quiet down the fears and move forward in a more powerful way. And the truth is, you'll always have to do this over and over and over again every time you step into something new. So that brings me to the Big Vision question of the day is, I'd love to actually hear your answers to some of these questions right below. What's the worst case thing that could happen? What's the more probable outcome that could happen? What's most important to you? And of course, how can you fail fast? If you're open to sharing any of those answers below, it'd be really cool to hear them. And of course, if you are not a Big Vision Business Insider, head on over to bigvisionbusiness.com. You'll get exclusive stuff that you only get if you're on the list. And if you liked this episode, share it on Facebook. Tweet it. Tweet it everywhere. And of course, send it to all your friends. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode. Much love. What did somebody say? focus on what's most, not focus.